Hello, Second City. My name's Marcos. I've been told I don't act very Mexican. This could be because I'm Bolivian, as well as Mexican. I'm mixed. So a lot of people don't realize that there's different types of Latino, just like there's different types of Caucasian. You can be Swiss, you can be Irish, you can be manically depressed. Likewise, being Bolivian is pretty much the Latino version of being manically depressed. We are very, very sad people in Bolivia, but don't get it confused with the eating disorder, because we are not nearly wealthy enough to be able to afford the binge before the purge. To give you an idea of our perpetual state of sadness, you just gotta listen to our music. Look, the two happiest songs to ever come out of Bolivia are Llorando Se Fue, which means she left crying, and Amasua, Amayuya, Amakeya, which is actually Quechua, the Incan language, and it describes the Incan golden rule, which is do not steal, do not lie, and do not be lazy. And one thing about Bolivians, even though we have a very high unemployment rate, we are definitely not lazy. We stay very busy rioting in the streets. The good old-fashioned Latino work ethic. And if you're wondering what kind of instruments are used to make our music of melancholy, it's an instrument called charango, which is basically a hollowed-out armadillo carcass. This means at some point hundreds of years ago, there was some ancient Bolivian going around tapping on different animal corpses, trying to figure out which one had just the right acoustics for our songs of sadness. But on the bright side, I realized that upon reaching over 900 followers on Instagram, I am now the third most famous Bolivian outside of Bolivia. Number one would be Jaime Escalante, the math teacher. They made a movie about him, Stand and Deliver. And if you're wondering why he didn't look very Bolivian in the movie, that's because they got Edward James Olmos, the tallest Mexican in all of Hollywood, to play him. To play the 5'2" mathematician. Then second most famous Bolivian outside Bolivia would be the miner who got caught in that mine in Argentina. And you can tell he was Bolivian too, because he was all neurotic and belligerent, while others were just chilling, or Chilean, however you pronounce it. So that brings it to number three, me, and I disgrace my ancestors by eating a Taco Bell. And there's nothing more awkward than pulling up to the Taco Bell drive-thru and hearing a thick Mexican accent coming from the other end. Because that means for the next 5 minutes or so, we're going to be mispronouncing words we have no business mispronouncing. Words like burrito, gordita. You know what gordita even means? That's right, it's a fat woman. That means when I order a gordita supreme, I feel like I'm sign-shaving one of Diana Ross's backup singers. And then the absolute worst part is when I get up to the face-to-face window, because then it means I'm going to have the same cultural confrontation that occurs anytime the two Latinos meet in an English-speaking context. And that's to see who's going to be the first to slip into Spanish. So, call it a Mexican standoff, if you will. Honestly, that's why when people ask me or tell me that I don't sound Latino, I just ask, what do you want me to sound like? The Taco Bell Chihuahua? Yo quiero some respect. Well, my name's Marcos. Y'all been beautiful. Good night.